Hello guys, Nika here with your second neuro nugget of the day. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting, truly disgusting. The feeling that I get in my gut every time I'm opening and reading these redacted documents that were dropped like randomly here because it's just really weird. Put you guys over here so you can see me, babe. And for some reason, guys, we, myself included, like I put a lot of emphasis on Dylan Mortensen, right? And we forget that there is another roommate. There is literally another roommate. Her name is Bethany Funke. And she also lied. That's my opinion, because that's what, when we compare documents, that's what it's showing. And the fact that people don't question this is freaking weird to me, right? So I'm pulling up Law Supplemental Narrative number 89 for those of you guys who are following along. And this one was typed up by Officer Blaker. Now, remember, we are sort of filling in the blanks, right? Because we only have initials. So these are my theories, these are my opinions, and these are for entertainment purposes only. That's the disclaimer. So it says initial interview with BF, probably Bethany Funke. Watch guard video and video from department interview room evidence. All video will be burned to one DVD and booked under this case number. Narrative. On November 13, 2022 at around 13:47 or 1:47 p.m., I interviewed BF at the Moscow Police Department in regards to the death of 4 of her roommates. Bethany is a resident on 1122 King Road. Funke was home sleeping in her room located on the basement floor of the residence. So we know that. We know she was in the basement, allegedly. I don't know why people are still trying to protect her and saying she was not there. She was at a hotel. Okay, she told the cops she was in the basement. Therefore, she was in the basement. Bethany has an iPhone 11 Pro cell phone with passcode blacked out. Bethany went to the party at around 20:30 or 8:30 hours with Ethan Chapin and Xana. They hung out in an apartment for a while together, and then Bethany went up to the main part of the fraternity to hang out at the party. Maddie and Kaylee went to the corner club together, not sure when they left. Bethany did not see Ethan and Xana at the party and left to go to Kay's. B walked home at around 1-ish. And when she got back to 1122 King Road, D and L and M were at the residence, right? So this is supposed to be Dylan and 2 of her friends. So I want to know, because this is not mentioned in this document. Bethany, did you walk home like all by your lonesome, or did somebody accompany you? I find it odd that Bethany is saying she's walking home around 1-ish. Like, by yourself? Really? Maybe. I don't know. Dylan and the other 2 were at the residence and they were watching a movie together. Maddie and Kaylee got to the house at around 1:45 or 2 a.m. L left the house and D went to bed. Bethany hung out with Maddie and Kaylee for a while in Kaylee's room. Bethany and Maddie took Murphy out to go to the bathroom between 2 and 3 a.m. Bethany did not stay outside for very long as it was cold. Maddie then went to bed and watched a TV show to help her sleep. At around 4:20 a.m., Bethany heard what she thought was a firework. I'm sorry, but if you hear a firework, wouldn't you come out to see, or wouldn't you call somebody, or wouldn't you take a peek? No? Okay, Bethany, I guess not. Bethany also said she saw a spark on the ground from under her door. Now, please, in the chat, in the comment section, let me know what kind of thing would cause a spark on the ground to be noticeable from under her door. Was it an actual firework? Was it some sort of weird technology? Or was she tripping? Bethany then heard Murphy barking. Dylan called Bethany and stated she had seen someone in the house, and Bethany told her she could come down to her room and sleep with her. How nice, how friendly of you. But you didn't mention it to Dylan that you heard a firework. You didn't mention it that you saw a spark under your door. It's a little bit weird, a lot of bit weird. Dylan went to Bethany's room and went to bed. So they just magically went to bed. They didn't discuss anything. All right, you went to bed. This is where the lies come in. They woke up at around 11. So you're telling Detective Blaker or Officer Blaker, this is right after the crime took place, right? This interview was done on the day of the crime, November 13th at 1:47. So like right after, right? Right after. Meaning what? Meaning that whatever the fuck is coming your big mouth, whatever is coming out, one would assume is the most truthful. Statistically speaking, it would be the most truthful because it just happened. There isn't room for whatever. Unless you are lying to protect yourself, unless you are lying to cover your ass. But the fact that she was interviewed on the same day, just an hour or two after the cops arrived, not even 2 hours after the cops arrived, and you told the cops that you went to bed at 4:20 and then woke up at 11 is bullshit. And people are still defending these two. I'm not sure how you can defend bullshit because we have other documents that also have been released that now we know this is bullshit. So if you're still defending her, you have a problem, babe. You are the problem. You are defending a liar, somebody that since day one lied to law enforcement, right? Because these are all her outgoing calls. Let's refresh, shall we? On 7:30 a.m., Bethany Funke calls her dad. On 8 a.m., Bethany Funke calls her dad again. On 8 a.m., Bethany Funke calls another unspecified number. 8:01, Bethany Funke calls home. 8:02, Bethany Funke calls her mom. 8:09, her dad calls Bethany Funke. 9:04, 36 a.m., her mom texts Bethany Funke. 11:21, somebody identified as JM texts Bethany Funke. We won't even count that one, fuck it, because she said she woke up at 11. But I'm sorry, but like, you think we're fucking stupid? Do you think we're fucking idiots? Do you think we cannot see through your lies? Do you think we cannot see through your bullshit? You dialed people 7 times. You're calling your dad twice, then you're calling another number, then you're calling the house number, then you're calling your mom, then your dad's finally calling you back, then your mom is texting you back. Literally 7 calls from 7:30 to 9:04 before you supposedly woke up. But you lied to the cops from day one. What did she tell the cops? Well, let's go back to supplemental narrative number 89, shall we? You told them that you went to bed at 4:20 and that you didn't wake up until 11. And it wasn't until after, when your phone was broken into by law enforcement, when it was tapped into, that we now know all this other information, that now we know you lied, and it makes you look a certain type of way, in my opinion. She said they woke up at around 11 and talked to other friends who came over and that checked on Xana and Ethan. No, no, no. You talked to your mom. You tried reaching out to another number and your mom and the home. How come you just magically left that out when you were being questioned by law enforcement an hour and 47 minutes after the cops arrived? You don't leave something out like that, right? Doesn't matter if you're a young girl, doesn't matter if you're in college. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We have videos all over YouTube of literal toddlers calling cops when they know, when they have this gut, this instinctual feeling that something is off. Here you're saying you heard a firework, you saw a flash from under the bed, and then you lied about waking up at 11. No, you didn't. We have proof you lied. Why is she lying? That is the question. Why is she lying? Did she magically happen to forget that she was awake from 7 to 9? Because that's concerning. Because if you actually forgot that you were calling, reaching out, what appears to be frantically trying to reach out to people for 2 hours, if you forgot about that, then that means everything that you said should be questioned, is questionable. If you magically forgot about the 2 gaps or the 2 hours that you forgot to magically mention to the cops. Bethany talked about an incident with Kaylee who stated about a month ago she saw an unknown male up above their house to the south who was staring at her when she took Murphy out to go potty. Bethany stated Kaylee broke up with her longtime boyfriend about 3 months ago because she was planning on moving to Texas. So we've all heard, oh yeah, she broke up with him like 3 weeks ago. But actually, Bethany is saying 3 months ago. And you know what's weird? You know what's weird? That when we are going through all these 300 plus documents, there's a lot of things that go back to September. And what happened in September? It sounds like, according to Bethany, Kaylee had broken up with Jack Decor. So are we seeing a pattern here? Kaylee broke up with Jack D 3 months prior, according to Bethany, not 3 weeks. We keep hearing 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, but it's sounding like it was 3 months ago. And that makes more sense, right? That makes more sense because that's when the issues started to happen. Back in September. Bethany could not provide me with anything else at this time. So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Why do you think that Bethany Funk magically happened to leave out that she was actually awake, frantically, in my opinion, frantically trying to reach out to multiple people? Is it just another coincidence? I don't know. Vote if you think that Bethany Funk is lying for a reason. If you think that this is proof that she was lying to investigators and that she should be questioned a little bit more for the fact alone that what she said to cops, to investigators, doesn't match what actually took place in her phone regarding phone calls being made. Do you think she should have been looked at in depth? leave a number 1. If you think that she just happened to leave the fact that she was awake out for, you know, because she was stressed, leave a 2. So thank you guys for joining me in today's second live. I don't have enough time at the moment to go check the chat, but make sure to vote. Make sure that you are hitting the like button, and you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.